You know how this week is going to start, my gorgeous Pisces, okay? And I'm going to be completely honest with you. This week it's going to start maybe a little bit weird. You know why? Because it's a lot to do with these certain events which are going to take place 2 days before the beginning of this week. 2 days before the beginning of this week are going to be absolutely crucial because something is going to happen. Something is going to happen, and it is going to abrupt your life a little bit. But you need this. You need this vibration. You need this energy. This is going to elevate you, and most importantly, it's going to open your eyes. What is going to happen? It's going to shake your world in such a way where you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. So by the time the beginning of this week that takes place, you are going to feel a little bit taken back. You are going to feel a little bit negative, a little bit sad, and a little bit down. This is actually really good. I'm not telling you like that it's good that you feel really bad or negative, but this is really good because if you did not feel like this in the first place, you would never realize what are you actually going to realize. At the same time, I know that this is going to be a little bit difficult, but you are really doing what you should have done a long time ago. You're going to reconnect with yourself to the point where you're going to realize that your own freedom, your own personal freedom has been affected. And that's why you're going to feel a little bit sad and a little bit negative, because you're going to think that your personal freedom has been affected. And this in itself, just this realization, just this thought, it is so important. You have no idea, because at the same time, this is also bringing you such a powerful clarity. You will realize exactly, you will realize that you know how important people are in your life, those that are in your life. Suddenly these people are just gonna kind of they're gonna start shining really brightly, and you're gonna realize how important those people in your life are, those people that mean to you a lot, those people that you love. And that in itself, it's actually gonna create such a beautiful moment where you're gonna get this courage, this confidence for the first time in your life to manifest, to start the process of manifestation. And it's to do with something that has been on your mind for absolute ages, my gorgeous Pisces, but only now you will know that the time is right. Okay, so this is how your week is going to start. But just remember that the actual 2 days right before the beginning of this week are gonna play an absolutely mind-blowing role, really important role when it comes to all this. This is absolutely brilliant. It is not gonna be as obvious, but at that moment in time, at the beginning of this week, when you start feeling down, when you start feeling negative, when you start feeling sad, be grateful, because this is one of the most significant signs you could have ever had in your entire life, that you are about to walk through the door, which are literally going to change your life. And I mean this, my gorgeous Pisces, like literally instantly. This is a lot down to your own karma, and it's a lot down to like a big, massive, huge karmic reward, which you are benefit from at the same time, which on one hand means that you've been struggling for a while now, and then on another hand it also means that you, my gorgeous Pisces, all this time while you were struggling yourself, you were managing to keep other people alive. Okay, you were playing such a big role in other people's life or in one person's life that you, without even realizing, you have done something enormous while you were struggling yourself, while it was so difficult for you over the last couple of years. Without even realizing, you did not even realize that you played a massive role in one person's life or few people's lives, to the point where the role was so big that you almost saved somebody's life without even realizing. Well, I'm telling you this right now. There was somebody who was struggling, somebody who was going through depression, somebody who was going through the terrible anxiety, and my God, through something very difficult, and you knew this, but you did not know and you did not realize to which extent things actually taken this person to. This person was so close to do something bad to themselves, and you were the one who saved this person. My gorgeous Pisces, you are like an angel. You are an angel. That's why you're having this mind-blowing karmic reward. This is the part of your karmic reward. And it's not only that. It is not only what I said. Let me tell you, at the beginning of this week, it's not only about this, but it's just at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Pisces, what else you're going to find ridiculously rewarding is that you're going to discover something. What are you going to discover? You're going to find so rewarding, because you will realize exactly which problem has been preventing you to move on, which problem has been like draining your energy, which problem has been restricting you. This is what you're going to discover. This is what you're going to realize. This is what you're going to find out, which problem exactly has been restricting you. And this in itself, it's absolutely brilliant. Look at this. This is the problem that I'm talking about. Come on. This is what you're going to discover. A terrible restriction. And now, when you discover this, you will find this so rewarding. You know, like there is no tomorrow. And at the same time, you're just going to become so confident about doing something about it. Okay, and you are definitely like, you know, you're already gonna know what do you need to do about it, and you are gonna become so adamant to actually nip the bud here. And this is absolutely brilliant, and I'm so happy for you, because lots of you are gonna be completely surprised, because it's a lot to do with karma and something that has come to an end. But it's so difficult sometimes, because it's like to do with something that has been playing a major role in terms of how passionate you feel about something. And I'm not saying that that didn't work out for you or whatsoever, but it's time for new things. This is the time to broaden your horizons, and this passion, an old passion, has come to an end. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this, but I'm just saying that this shouldn't be your main focus anymore. Now it's time to focus on new things. And which new things I'm talking about, trust me, it's like now when it comes to you having this restriction, now when you realize this, you will know exactly what to do. And there is a certain step that you are immediately going to be so excited to make in order to bring something to an end. Why? Because in terms of possibilities, that's why you're going to find this rewarding. In terms of possibilities, there are certain possibilities which are going to be on your mind, and that's why you're going to find this so rewarding, and that's why you're going to be so excited, and that's why everything is going to start making sense now. So you're already going to make the first move by making the certain decision, and this is based on the possibilities that are gonna be on your mind. But these possibilities you couldn't do anything before about because of this restriction, and you're gonna snap out of it. And it's not only you, lots of people do this. You know, we just kind of stick to the certain path that we know, and when maybe we sometimes even think, oh no, I'm a failure because I didn't do this, I didn't do that. No baby, no, do not see yourself as a failure. bigger. You have just been prepared for something different, and this was the part of your preparation. So now you're heading towards much bigger and much better things. And I hope this is not too confusing, but I'm telling you that there are these possibilities now that you will be able to go for. You will be able to go for. Only like about 2 or 3 weeks ago, you were talking so passionately about these possibilities to somebody so special in your life. You were talking so passionately about these possibilities. And this person did mention, my God, you mentioned these possibilities so many times, or this person was thinking about it. Maybe they didn't want to say it because they didn't want to upset you. But they thought about it like, oh my God, you mentioned these possibilities so many times. So just not that long ago, you were talking about it. So I'm afraid, but like, I'm so happy to say, I'm so happy to say, but this is your dreams are like becoming your reality. But you need to understand that you are a few steps ahead of yourself, my gorgeous Pisces. Wherever you thought that you're gonna be at this stage of your life, like this week, for example, you can most certainly expect that this week is actually gonna turn out to be completely different to what you could have possibly imagined. So you are gonna really make this brave step, and you're gonna consider this as a really brave. You know, when it comes to these few different possibilities, what you're gonna have, there is a one specific one that is gonna be like, oh my God, that it's making you like, oh my God, it's such a brave thing to do. It's like something that makes you feel a little bit scared, but that's where you're gonna find is so brave. Out of these possibilities, one particular one is gonna make you feel the most like, oh my God, like if I do this is so unusual for me. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant because you have no idea what are you about to step into. What are you about to step into? This is so important when it comes to that possibility. There is something that you're gonna do, make the certain step completely out of character, something that you would never do. This in itself is gonna connect you to the people that you weren't connected to before. This in itself is gonna reconnect you with yourself, but you're also creating this powerful moment in time where you are rejoining with the world. Rejoining with the world. You're about to rejoin the world, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. And also in exactly 7 weeks, after this moment in time, you are going to have a life-changing opportunity. In exactly 7 weeks after this moment in time, you are going to have a life-changing opportunity because you made that first step. You followed that possibility that you were so afraid of, and that possibility is going to bring you to this aspect of your life where in 7 weeks time you are going to have a life-changing opportunity. This in itself is going to change your entire life in terms of your lifestyle in the best possible way. In terms of practicality, absolutely brilliant. In terms of spirituality, amazing, you know. But also on top of all that, when it comes to finances, this is absolutely brilliant. Like, oh my God, you're gonna kind of end up doing so much less, but you're gonna have so much more time for those things in your life that brings you, that makes life meaningful. For those things in life that makes everything so much nicer. We must not lose ourselves in this world of craziness. You know, it's okay to keep on making money. It's okay to keep on being successful and things like that. But I'm afraid that life is not about it. You know how many people are in this world, like, who are extremely rich, extremely successful, and they're really sad, and they're really negative, and they're really unhappy. Yes, the money can make everything so much better. Of course it can. Of course it can. If I was a millionaire, I would make sure everybody in my family, all my best friends, are full of money. Like 1,000,000%. I would not think just about myself, you know. I wouldn't think like that. If I was a millionaire or billionaire, I would most certainly make sure that everybody in my life has got the money. I would take care of everybody, you know, everybody who always loved me, and everybody who means to me so much. Everybody I would reward, you know. And that's something that would make me feel so good about myself. That's how I would deal with the money. But with this lot, like these millionaires and billionaires, who knows? Maybe they are doing that themselves, who knows? But I most certainly know what I would do if I was like, whoa, do you know what I mean? Like, that's like one of the dreams that I always have, you know, how I'm gonna like have this amount of money and then just call like people and surprise them, and you know, But then that's just me, you know. So to kind of want money, that's not a bad thing. But to think that the money is something major, major aspect of like our own happiness, no baby, no. Okay. And also, my gorgeous Pisces, what else I was going to say? Right at the beginning of this week, you know, oh, someone, it's gonna, first of all, you're gonna see this person, and this person is really gonna remind you of somebody from your past. This person is gonna remind you of somebody from your past. And then you will be thinking about that person, and then you will be thinking what happened in the past with that person. It will just be kind of pointing towards a certain experience, and that particular experience, when you reflect on, suddenly you will realize what happened, how it happened, and you will realize how long it took. The bottom line is that you will somehow realize that you need to be very, very patient about very patient about something really specific here. You will realize that you need to be patient, and you will realize which impulsive mistake. First of all, you're going to realize which impulsive mistake not to make. Through this situation, you will realize which impulsive mistake not to make, and you will also realize that you have to be patient. And it's to do with you. You're gonna realize that you can't have an action without a strategy plan. You will realize that you need some kind of a strategy plan. I know this sounds confusing, but trust me, it is going to be obvious right at the beginning of this week. About a day or two after that moment in time, there is a really, really wise advice that you're going to get from somebody really attractive. Myself, hello. No, I'm joking. You're going to, 2 days later, 2 days later, you're going to get an advice by somebody really attractive. I'm sorry, that's how I see somebody really attractive. It's going to give you advice, you know. Hopefully you're going to listen to the advice, you know. No, I'm joking. A couple of days later, you're going to get a really wise advice by somebody extremely wise. And you know that this person is really wise. And the wise advice that you're going to get about all this, it's going to confirm to you exactly that what you came up with and what you realize were 100% spot on. And this is going to mean to you so much, because it's going to make you feel stronger. It's going to make you feel more rational. It's going to bring this clarity into your life. And you know, you're going to realize the power of being your own leader. Something is just going to really shake you up, and it's just going to give you that added benefit of you kind of enjoying yourself within the certain dimension you would never think you would enjoy yourself, you see. And I'm not saying that you don't like to be the leader of your own life, but I'm just saying that the best is going to come out of you in terms of like your own uniqueness, you know, in terms of you understanding and realize the power of your own path and of your own journey. Nobody else can tell you what you're going to do in your life. Nobody else should tell you what you're going to do or what you should do in your life. Nobody should tell you how you should feel. It all needs to come from you. If like, you know, if you like candles, burning candles, lighting candles or something, and this is your thing, this is your thing. Maybe some people can't understand this, but this is your thing. Do you know what I mean? If you like sitting on the grass or being barefoot on the ground, this is your thing. Like if everybody's laughing while you're doing, this is your thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's just basically to take it, you will realize the importance of taking a unique aspect of yourself here and taking on the next level. So that's like, woo, that's like when you kind of start to understand the bigger picture, when you get the most out of this life, the more we allow ourselves to be individual, the more we allow our individuality to take over, the more successful we are going to be. Who cares if people think we are weird, strange, or unusual? That's the way to be. I'd rather be weird, strange, and unusual than be the product of what other people want me to do, what other people want me to be, what other people want me to feel, what other people want me to believe. Oh my God, no baby, no. You just follow your own light. So the best is literally going to come out of you when it comes to this week, my gorgeous Pisces, because after this moment in time, there are all sorts of ideas you're actually going to have, you know, and know that you're gonna have all sorts of these ideas that you're gonna have. Especially when it comes to the midweek, there are going to be all sorts of ideas that you're going to start remembering which you've had from before. Haha, this is different, but it's still important, okay? And also, my gorgeous Pisces, when it comes to the midweek, you see, I can see you having a bit of a disagreement with somebody. Oh dear, I can see you having a bit of a disagreement with somebody. I can see you having a bit of a row with somebody. And then, you know, it's not going to be ugly row, if that makes sense. It's not going to be an ugly disagreement, but you're just going to be unnecessarily challenged about something. And this is really going to get on your nerves. This is really going to kind of irritate you, but it's more going to be about you being challenged about something. And then after that, you're going to feel like you want to be by yourself. You're going to feel like you want to be on your own. And then, you know, at that moment in time, when you realize that when you want to be by yourself after that disagreement, you will be thinking what the disagreement was all about. You know, you're going to be thinking about that. And that in itself, it's going to have a completely opposite effect on you, because you said something, certain change that you want to make. You will mention certain change that you want to make to this person, certain change you want in your life, and that person is going to show a very unusual face. You know, that person is going to respond in a really unusual way, and this is really going to surprise you. It's going to like really surprise you to the point where later on you're going to be wanting to be by yourself and you're going to be thinking about it. But then again, this is going to be so even better for you. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, somebody's like ridiculing your idea. This is going to have the best impact on you, because you're going to find yourself being by yourself. But then because of this, somehow you're going to realize that you have nothing to worry about. Even if there was something that you were worrying about when it comes to this change that you mentioned to this person that you want in your life, even the little bit of doubt that you had, because of this person disagreed, now even that little bit of doubt, it's actually going to disappear. So this is brilliant. One phase is coming to an end, baby. Another phase is about to begin, because now you will realize exactly other elements of like this beautiful change. This is actually going to bring into your life, and there is something which is going to be confirmed to you here. It's very personal. It's really difficult to explain, but I think that this is going to be absolutely obvious, because you're going to become fully aware of something through this conversation which you weren't aware of before. Your eyes are going to be open, and trust me, this is going to be one of the biggest awakening moments you had in your entire life, and it's going to highlight how important it is for you to start that particular change that you mentioned to this person in the first place. Absolutely brilliant. Somehow you will see that that particular person or a group of people had a really bad and negative impact on you, and because of this person or these people, you were thinking negatively about things that you created, like almost like in a subconscious, a self-imposed prison, that right now, my babies, you are coming out of it. So this is absolutely brilliant. This in itself, it's going to lead towards the beginning of this like a new venture in your life, but it's also the new window is about to open, the new door about to open, and there is another very, very interesting sign which you are going to have, like a very powerful omen, very powerful sign, something ridiculous, unusual. It's going to happen here, my gorgeous Pisces, but that particular sign is somehow going to confirm to you that you made you're making a really smart decision when it comes to all this, because this is all going to lead towards you needing to make a decision. And this sign, good omen that you're going to have, my God, 1,000,000%, it will make sure that you know that you are making the right decision, like a very, very smart decision. decision. This is the beginning of a time where confidence is about to return into your life. The strength is about to return into your life, and you are gonna feel so happy. My God, you're actually gonna start feeling really, really excited here, my gorgeous Pisceani, indeed. Before I forget, don't forget to get some natural B vitamin liquid and take it every single morning. If you have a problem, a couple of things, hair, maybe hair. If your hair is weak, hair on your head. If you have a problem with your hair, keep on taking natural B vitamin liquid, for example. But also it's going to be brilliant for energy. Take it the first thing in the morning. The first thing in the morning. This week I see problems with hair, maybe a bit of a weak hair, but also at the same time I see a bit of a problem with energy. A lot is going to be happening, a lot is going to be going on, so your energy is going to be drained. What I highly recommend you in terms of energy is good old natural B vitamin liquid for energy and for your hair. When I say B vitamin liquid, I mean B vitamin complex. B vitamin complex, so it's for your hair and it's going to be for your energy as well. And take it the first thing in the morning. You need to make sure that there is B vitamin complex. It's like made in a liquid form, and every single ingredient is natural, without any chemicals or without any additives whatsoever. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Pisceani, I'm moving on to the last part of this week. Okay, so now, okay, something maybe a little bit negative it's going to happen, which is going to throw you out of balance. Something a little bit negative it's going to happen. Something is going to come to an end. Something is going to come to an abrupt end at around the end of the week. And yet again, this abrupt end, it's going to work in your favor. How can I say this to you? You're going to be pleased because this came to an end. Because almost immediately you are going to have this really creative opportunity, which is really a lot to do with your own vision. So this creative opportunity is going to be important to you, and it's only going to seem like a small opportunity, small creative opportunity. And how you're going to know this? Because something is going to come to an abrupt end, and this is going to throw you out of balance immediately. But then again, like a few minutes after that moment in time, you are going to become aware of this, like a very much so little creative opportunity. But this little creative opportunity, it's a lot to do with your vision, how you want your life to be. It's to do with your plan, okay? And it's to do with certain things that you've been working on. Although this creative opportunity is going to seem like something little, trust me, this is going to be way bigger than you can possibly imagine. In 7 weeks exactly, again, in 7 weeks after that moment in time, you are going to find yourself at a very, very interesting stage in your life when you're going to need to make an important decision. And this little creative opportunity is going to become a big, massive mama by then, and you will see exactly what I mean. You know, sometimes a little opportunities come in a form of like a being very, very little. It just attracts us in a certain way because it's part of the missing puzzle. For example, you know, when it comes to our vision, but that doesn't mean that that missing puzzle, it's not going to make this picture completely different. And this is exactly what I mean. There is a bit more which is actually going to come out of this missing puzzle. Wait and see what's going to happen in exactly 7 weeks. And also, my gorgeous Pisceani, when it comes to the end part of this week, like, oh my goodness, you are really going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy at the end of this week. It's to do with this message. It's to do with this achievement. It's to do with this progress. Oh my God, this message about this progress is going to make you feel so good. Message about a certain progress, it's going to make you feel so good because you will know how good you are at something really specific. This in itself, it's gonna make you feel like you're on top of the world because one of the the biggest answers of your entire life is going to be answered, and at the same time you will know exactly what do you need to do right now in order to speed certain things in life. Now, when you become aware of this progress, you need to understand that this in itself, now it's time to think what the next step is going to be. In terms of the development, you need to start moving on. I know you're going to feel happy. I know this is going to be brilliant for you, but this is not final. You need to think about what to do next in terms of the development. For the love of God, I really hope you're going to understand this. You see, this week is filled with little things which are going to lead towards something massive. Although this progress, it's not going to be little, but it's going to seem like maybe something is final. You're going to feel so happy. It is to do with a massive success and a big achievement. But now the next step from that is going to be maybe some kind of, you need to learn something new, additional, and you are gonna need to be surrounded with a certain people to learn that, and it does some kind of collaboration. It is going to be ever so important. It is people who you're gonna be in touch with that are gonna be playing a very significant role, because you will go like to do certain things, maybe to learn certain things, but there are other things that you're going to become aware of. These other things that you are going to become aware of are going to be beneficial both for the burden that you're currently dealing with, and then there is something very interesting that you are going to realize as well in terms of like, you know, 3 important things you're going to realize, 3 important things that have been missing when it comes to all this. And this, like progress, for example, that I'm talking about here, you will be able to see that, like, what you're gonna realize here after that progress, you know, when you become aware of this message. And then when you realize that there is the next step that you're going to need to do, and you're going to be surrounded by the certain people, and there are 3 major things that you are going to find out that you didn't know before. These 3 major things are so important here. And also, these 3 major things are going to be so important when it comes to you already having a really big second part of big achievement when it comes to all this, and very, very positive outcome by the end of September 2024. So by the end of September already, you will have a very positive outcome, and you are going to start thinking at around the end of September 2024. This is when you're going to realize how bored you are becoming with certain aspects around yourself, and you are going to realize that it's time for a really, really massive change. But it's to do with your lifestyle, and it's to do with the place where you live. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.